right, everybody, welcome to tonight's stream. We are looking at that wonderful box sitting on my desk tonight that we're gonna have some fun with. Just gotta get a last couple tools here because we gotta have a good way to open the box. So this is the original Prusa i3 MK3s Plus. This is my first Prusa to ever come into the shop, so I'm kind of excited about this one. So we're going to get it out. We're going to get it put together tonight. Hopefully get it put together tonight. Sometimes these can be daunting to assemble, but we're going to find out. But I've always heard everybody talking about the Prusas kind of being the Cadillac of printers. Being this, this is the Lamborghini. This is the one that once you've got it zeroed in, it prints. So I'm really anxious to have this in the shop and see what it does. So, without further ado, let's get this box off and let's start getting parts out. So this one comes from a long way. And it comes with a treat right out of the box. I mean, they want me to have a good time. They've got me gummy bears. They know me too well. And then we've got stickers. We've got free online courses. Then we got the 3D printing handbook. I'm kind of curious to see what I find out of this one. So, all kinds of guides and different information. So this might be a handy dandy thing. So lots of goodies, and the congratulations on your brand new Prusa. So pages to visit, important information, some good QR codes, and then the Prusa parts cheat sheet. So awesome. We're gonna need to keep a hold of that. I got a bad feeling. So I'm going to set that over to the side out of the way. And then we've got the hot end measurement graphs and everything that they checked out to confirm the printer was good. So without further ado, let's start getting some of the styrofoam out of here. Actually, let's get some of the side pieces. So here's the Prusa's basic filament. A wonderful gray, or no, silver. So definitely something to try out and work with. So this to me is huge. So one of the things I run into with printers is I get that little bit, like 200 grams of filament. This is a full 1 kg roll. This means you want somebody to get started right off the bat instead of having to go buy more things. So I love this. Every printing company should do this. Is if you're sending a printer and you make your own filament, send them a full roll. Stop with these little piddly half rolls and 250 rolls. Or even, I had one printer the other day, didn't even have a spool. It was just a bunch of filament. Ridiculous. This is awesome that they send you a full basic filament spool to get started and to learn with. So definitely a good thing. Hey Doug, how's it going? Glad to see you come to the stream. Always favorite things of the printers is the foam. I am very much liking the packing. It is very well packed. Here's the accessory box. Lots of good accessories in here. We'll go through that in a little bit. But I mean, I'm still sitting there going, they just wanted me to eat gummy bears during this. You know what? We're going to. I mean, that's just awesome that gummy bears were in the box. So, yep, we're gonna have some gummy bears. This is not something you should do on a stream because, no one wants to hear me chew, but gummy bears. I got some bracers. More bracing foam supporting the hot end. Parts inside. We'll get to that. All right. I'm going to put some of this foam back in the box so I can move the box out of the room so I can walk around. You guys can actually see me talk and walk and do this stuff. Hey, Turquoise 503. Glad to have you here. Yeah, let me get this box out of the way real quick. All right. So, and you guys can even see looking at the printer on the build plate here. I'll grab it up here real quick and hold it. They've even already printed with it to show that it is in good shape and ready to rock and roll. So we're going to set that back down, which they even left the filament in it. So let's take this magnetic print plate off. And let's pop off that 3D print. So we've got a beautiful Prusa print there. And we've got their bed leveling check test, which is awesome. So, one thing with Prusa printers, of course, it's not a glass bed. It is a steel print area heat bed. So, do not print directly on this piece. You've got to have this piece on top. And I love that there are 2 pegs at the back to push this into to line it up correctly. So that is beautiful. The hot end, everything looks beautiful. Direct feed. So let's see what's in this envelope, shall we? Hey, 2-a-days, how's it going? Got lots of people coming tonight. Awesome. I missed one video and everybody's coming to check on me. Awesome. All right, this looks like a steel sheet. So we're gonna have to look at the book and see what's going on with this. Set that to the side, but it's always nice to know that your printer works when they send it to you, because they already, the light's going to be a jerk here because it's silver, they already printed with it for you. So that's awesome. Let's whip out the power cord here and take a look. I think it is too. It's just branded, but we're going to take a look at it. I like that it's magnetic. Guys, if you know most of my printers, filament wise, I would say actually all but one of my filament printers right now is using, well, now 2 is glass. That's just my preferred surface. So we're going to kind of look the printer over here a little bit, kind of do some explaining. Dual Z rods to help keep straight level surfacing. Got great looking step motors, the belts, got your control motors and everything, and board over here, USB ports, control board, and then we've got the power supply over here. So very simple but beautiful design. Cord in there. All right, so we got power cord. Just kind of rehashing here too, guys. They send you a 3D printing handbook, stickers, which is always fun. I'll probably give those to my daughter, and then information for a free online course for the Prusa Academy. So probably lots of good tips and tricks in here. I'll have to read through this, and we can talk about that later on on a stream. So, hey, Wizard's Fury, how's it going? Yeah, the pie sheets can always be awesome. So, here's the filament holder. Lots of screws and bits. We'll have to find out where those go. Ooh, they send actually really cool looking tools. So really nice screwdriver. It's the first printer I think I've ever had needle nose pliers sent to me. Hey, I'll always use them. And looks like Allen wrenches. And so that was the tool bag. Isopropyl alcohol wipes, always important for cleaning your bed. Oh good, they did send the USB cable so I can directly plug it into the computer or a Raspberry Pi with an Octoprint, but hey. The cores, what are you? No English on this one, so why do I have a feeling that is bed adhesive? And then we've got the Prusa lubricant and applicator set. Lots of goodies in the bag. Got some magnets, lots of spare bolts and equipment. Cool. So always that wonderful thing of a new screen. Come on. You want to come out of there. I know you do. Ah, that refreshing pull of that wonderful firm. All right, so yeah, we do need to check the power supply for the switch. For 110 that I do not see. I see a fuse. That is the one thing I've noticed. I don't see a manual, unless it's all here in the printer handbook. Ah, yes, it is. So I just want to kind of look it over real quick. Because I didn't do the kit. So there's two ways to do this printer. You can buy, and actually I'll show you this. You can buy the kit where you got to put it completely together, or you can buy the pre-assembled. This is the pre-assembled. So I'm not having to go through a ton of stuff. I'm just looking for if there is the power supply option. Oh, and just confirm, this is a glue stick. Huh. Ah, so there's a difference between the pie sheets. There's a smooth and one that's got a heavier texture. That's what they've sent here. Okay, that makes sense. Oh. Just looking for some information on the power. because it seems odd that I wouldn't see that switch that I would normally think I would see. So it looks like it's preset because it's powered on. And we're going to set English. Hi, I am your original Prusa i3 printer. I will guide you through a short setup process in which the Z-axis will be calibrated. Then you'll be ready to print. Ooh. Please remove shipping helpers first. Remove the steel plate. And now we're going to run a Z calibration test. So all in all, this is a pretty beautiful printer. And away she goes, and really quiet. The only thing I haven't done is I have not put the filament holder on there yet, which I probably should do. Check the nozzle. Nozzle is nice and clean. So right now it's going through what I'm betting is a 9-point calibration test. That way it gets its level, because this does have auto bed leveling by the sensor here on the side. And some of the burr, burr, burr you're hearing is more this is the table it's sitting on. Now it's going to heat up the nozzle. One thing I missed is how do I actually put that filament holder on? So it looks like it should just click, but I'm just concerned about brute forcing something. Oh, look, there it goes. Okay. A little brute force never hurt anybody, right? Turcos, there is going to be one, but it's going to be under the membership area. So, oh man, I am not keeping up with you guys. So most printers, Joe, like especially at Creality, they're preset at 220. You have to flip them down to 110. Yep, Douglas, you were right on it. This is a beautiful Prusa. I'm actually really tempted to find out what this guy can do. 2 days. Yeah, they set it to 110. I'm okay with that. Now, one thing I want to talk about: filament. Okay. Please pull out the filament. Yes, printer. So it's wanting me to load, but one of the things I like right there, the bag is Ziploc sealed. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing. But I still can't get into it. I'm not being fast enough. So let's get this open. That is some beautiful color silver filament. That is pretty. That just plain broke. So I want to make sure I want to cut this straight so it's just easier to feed through. And it wants me to insert the new filament. And I can already feel it pulling it in. You guys can see my hand moving with it. as it pulls it down. And I'm going to grab the SD card. And you can see some filament went through. Extruding with the correct color. Yep. And it says happy printing. So I'm going to fumble around for a second and look for the SD card port, which is right here. I'm going to insert the SD card. Maybe. There we go. It's going to check the files. And let's see here. Ooh, there's a Batman file. We're going to do that. And we're going to send it off on its first job. So, the Prusa kit, the pre-assembled kit. We've been streaming for 20 minutes. We're already on to our first print. That's pretty cool. Things I love about this printer, Dual Z, Odin, the new Ender 3 S1 Pro, both have adopted this. I like the direct drive. The Ender 3 and the Odin both are doing this as well. So there's a lot of good features here that I really like. Auto bed leveling built in. I like that it calibrated itself. I hate trying to calibrate the auto bed leveling. It drives me insane figuring out that little bit of math you got to do. All right. Yeah, there's an Nefertiti in there, but I saw Batman. I lost it. Sorry. Agreed. Yeah, the MK3, if you're going to buy this kit and have it shipped here in the United States from Prusa, you're looking at about $1,156 for this exact printer. So keep that in mind. So an Ender, you're going to spend, an Ender 3, you're going to spend about $100 to about $200, give or take where you're getting it from. So a lot of people will buy 5 Enders instead of this. But an Ender takes a lot to put together, and I find the Enders very tedious and can be very problematic. And it's all depending on your skill and your files and your settings. The Odin, I had it printing in 20 minutes too. So the Odin lacks auto bed leveling. Definitely probably need to do some lubrication on this. But that's a minor thing. And it's going through its bed leveling test. And it's moving so fast, which is really cool. A Creality printer, this would take about 2 or 3 minutes on a CR10 Max and stuff like that. But all in all, it's beautiful. I'm loving this printer. So my kind of point of view, just first thoughts, looking at it, kind of playing with it here, and I want to see what you guys said too. Is I like this. I mean, I think it kind of holds true to what it says. A lot of people say about this printer that this is kind of this is the Cadillac. This is the top line. This is your Lamborghini of at-home 3D printers. So it's definitely printing gorgeously. The sound of the machine is not, honestly, an Ender 3 sounds worse than this to me. Is it worth the investment? I think so, actually. I know an Odin runs about $359 retail. And Amazon always has sales on the Odins. Like you can get 30, 60. I've seen the Odin as low as $150. And the Odin is about the only one that I've just out of the box put together that comes anything close to this. But there's definitely just a lot more out there. Prusa having their own slicer for it that is an Acura-based system. There's a lot of advantages here, and I like this. I like this. That if you buy a printer, Creality is just going to give you how to put it together, and maybe a few little tips, and then try our crap settings. Where this, there's a lot of detail here on calibrating, tolerances, what different nozzles will do. There's a lot of information in this little book that I'm very surprised to see. So I'm very pleased by that. I've never had another company give me a second bed. So for your money, you're definitely getting your bang here. And one thing too, this hits huge with me. Because that is, I went on this rant a little bit ago. Some of you heard it, some of you didn't. I hate it when printer manufacturers send me a printer and send me 200 grams of filament. Like, that's enough to get started. Chop up a little bit, spend $10 more, and send me the full spool. I mean, come on. So let's see here. Sorry, got to catch up with you guys in chat a little bit. The Nefertiti, we may do that when I do the normal full video on this one, because what I do is I take pieces of the stream and stuff like that, and I make a full video on this as well, which hopefully I will be back on track this Friday. Last Friday's video just didn't happen, so and I apologize for that, guys. The Prusa XL looks sick. And also, well, one of the things now that I've seen this, I really want to see one of their resin printers, because I love this design. I love that I can sit here and have 2 filament spools sitting up here. I mean, it's a very good use of space, a lot of electronics. Parts are 3D printed on the parts of the machine are 3D printed, guys. I mean, this whole cover right here I can easily see is 3D printed. These control panels and knobs are 3D printed. And the depth of tools that are given with the machine are great. I mean, I don't think I've had anybody give me needle nose pliers. They give me cutters, but not pliers. And the fact that there is an entire bag of spare bolts is pretty darn cool. There's a lot here. There's Bowden tube replacements. I mean, there's a lot in here. I'm not sure what the magnets are for, but I'll figure that out eventually. But just the fact that they sent me a printer that they've already printed with is pretty cool too. That they actually printed with it before they sent it to me. You know, this thing took a trip from Europe, and I'm out of the box in less than 20 minutes. I mean, this is just, it's just wow. I'm very blown away. Noise-wise, especially for direct input printer, not bad. Probably could use some lubricant on the printer, but that's I should have done that before I printed, really. So that's on me, but that can be done anytime. But all in all, this is coming out great, and the way it's already laying down on the build plate, I can see it's going to be a smooth, beautiful print. So, which it's already 22% done. So this thing definitely has speed on its side. So what do you guys think? You've seen it out of the box. What do you kind of think? Doug, I completely agree with you about Prusa. There's a passion here, and you know, guys can definitely tell I get passionate about this stuff too. I love playing with this stuff and learning about it and helping you guys learn about it. That, you know, it's kind of one of those things. Some people do get annoyed with my videos. I know they do, because I ramble. So yeah. Yeah, that XL's off the chain, guys. 5 print heads, goodness gracious. Yeah, JD, it is a very nice Prusa. I am glad to have this one in the shop. This is either printer 20 or 21. I can't remember. But I've got to get to work with the M3 Max. I've really got to get it. It made it back to the shop. That's as far as I got it. But I'm liking how quickly this is moving along. I mean, the texture of the print looks gorgeous. I wish I could really kind of pull you guys up to it. But I'm really happy with kind of what I'm seeing. And I mean, we're already at 30% print. Now, granted, it's a batarang. It's a small Batman symbol. Are you talking about the Anchor? Are you talking about Anchor's printer, Tukazos? Because I am not part of that one, unfortunately. I wish I kind of was, but didn't get in on that one. With moving 2-a-days, yeah, that's actually been somewhat discussed of how I'm going to pack all this to move it, especially as far as we're going, because we're going halfway across the United States, so it's going to take a little while to get that figured out how I'm going to pack all this, and pack it so it doesn't shatter an LCD or anything like that. Joe, I don't know much about the Adventure, the FlashForge. I haven't had a FlashForge to actually work with, so unfortunately I don't know a lot about it. Oh, JD, you got yours too? I'm hoping to calibrate it. I've got to do the leveling, the calibration, and then do a deep dive in the settings. Shintobox Pro does not have the printer available to it yet, so I'm going to have to use basic and kind of tweak the settings that way to kind of get going with it. So definitely kind of one of those things we're looking at. Kind of just getting started. So yeah, I'm really stoked by this printer. It's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, I don't even know if I want to mod this, to be honest. I definitely will USB it, get it hooked up to a Raspberry Pi so I can watch it through Octoprint and kind of get recordings off it and stuff. But all in all, I mean, she's just burrowing away with 40%. So, yeah. Well, guys, this was kind of all I wanted to share tonight with this, and we kind of bored through it really quick. Which was not the original plan. I figured this would take longer than it did to get it going. So, with that question, and with what's coming up, I have had a company send me a Ender 3 enclosure that I'm going to build, probably on next stream, and take a look at. And then do some more stuff with working with calibrating settings and stuff. You guys seem to really enjoy the slicing streams, so I will definitely be doing more of that. One thing I definitely want to take a deeper dive into is the Prusa slicer, so we will definitely be looking at that, because from what I understand, even though it's a Prusa slicer, you can set it up to do the Creality printers and different things like that, so it is something to kind of keep in mind and keep on working with. So, but all in all, wow. So a lot of you guys know or have heard me talk. I cut my teeth on this with a Monoprice Mini 3 thing, and then I stepped up to the Ender. The Ender is what really kept me going for a while. At one point I had 3 Ender 3s in the shop. Then I went up to the CR10s, which I love my CR10s and my CR10 V2s and V3. Those are the staple of the shop. But then I got the Odins. Those were fantastic. Both of those are fantastic. And then this one just kind of puts the top of the cake. So one thing I want to do with this printer is do some research of how much do replacement parts cost compared to other machines, because it's one of those things you guys got to keep in mind with 3D printers is we got to repair them from time to time. Replacements, nozzles, even fans break every once in a while, and every once in a while even belts break. So there is a replacement cost involved with this as well that we got to keep track of. So just kind of one of those things. Turcos, I am moving to probably where we're looking at is Savannah, Georgia. That's the plan right now. We've got some more work to do before we can really pick our new house, but we're getting closer to that right now. So definitely one of the things we're looking forward to. So, but guys, what do you think? I'm about to actually end the stream, so or is there anything that you guys have questions about or anything? Unfortunately, we can't kick over to the computer the way I'm set up right now. I'd have to end the stream and start over, which means y'all would get booted. I have not seen that printer yet either, but I have not been looking at new printers a lot lately because we still have the Ender 3 S1 Pro sitting in the garage and the Chiron from Anycubic. I've got both of those to take a look at and unbox. I am probably going to hold off on those for now. Because, like I said, I'm possibly moving in the next couple months, so I don't want to put a printer together to take it back apart. So it's just kind of one of those things I got to be careful about. So, but hopefully, you guys enjoyed tonight. I had a lot of fun. This is definitely buying the assemble kit is definitely worth it instead of sitting there and going. Because, I mean, if you don't buy the assembled kit, that's what you get is a big old pile of parts. I don't want to do that. But I am going to go enjoy, and something I shouldn't have opened, but now I have. I'm going to go enjoy more gummy bears that came with it. So I'm definitely going to go have some fun with this tonight. So, and we're already almost 60% complete. We've already skipped through the infill section. We're actually starting to print the top layer of the battering already at 56%. So this little guy, I will say, printer right out of the box, this guy just cuts his teeth into it and goes. So I am pretty ecstatic about it. And unless I missed it, and I don't think I did, they didn't send a spare nozzle. Intriguing. But who knows, it could be somewhere and I just missed it. So all in all, great perks with this printer. Love the full filament spool. Sound is spot in, quieter than most 3D printers. I like the sheet. I like the different grits that you have options with for the printable areas. And just the look of the machine. I like the black and orange. So I appreciate that, Joe. I'm glad you're enjoying the Star Trek builds. I like those a lot too. I'm gonna probably be doing some more expansion on some fan-based ones and a couple of maybe my own designs. Hopefully I can get them kind of finished out. Yeah, high humidity is gonna definitely be a thing. So an enclosure is like if this guy's got to go live in the garage, or if you have pets, you would want to put an enclosure on the printer. Helps reduce dust if you have high humidity, stuff like that, and it lets the printer stay up to heat as well if you've got it out in the garage and in the cold. So an enclosure can be a good thing for a printer as well. Luckily where I am in my basement, I'm climate controlled. I don't need enclosures for my machines, but depending on where you live, you may actually need an enclosure, or if you just got kids, help keep their hands away from hot things. So it definitely, and it can help with smell too, because some people will take the enclosure and build a fan into it and vent it out of the house, especially like Joe just pointed out with ABS printing, because that stuff stinks. So definitely one of those fun things. we have talked about quite a few of those, Doug, on the channel. I've done reviews of both the Sunlu and the eSun dryers. So I've got 3 of them, so I am not worried about filament dryers. And it's one of those things too, I'm going to very much be looking at climate control wherever we wind up. So yeah, definitely one of those things to look into. But guys, it's been fun. I've enjoyed tonight, but I do need to go ahead and let the stream go tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you give those videos a thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And if you got questions, put them down in the comments below, or just say hi. The more movement we get on comments, likes, and stuff like that, the more YouTube puts the video out there and helps this channel grow. And I appreciate all you guys for helping this channel grow, as we have just crossed, I think, over 4,300 subs. So I do greatly appreciate that. Make sure you go to follow me over on Instagram for daily posts of stuff that I'm working on, because there's all kinds of fun stuff that I'm working on, like all this Necron terrain that I've been building for my Necron army that has been a lot of fun. Necron power generators and obelisks, and working on this is the top of a pyramid for them. Those actually just came off an Odin and a CR10 yesterday. So there's a lot of fun stuff going on. And definitely, if you have a suggestion for a print that you'd like to see, or if you're running into problems with a print, definitely send me an email as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight, and we will catch you in the next stream. And definitely watch out for that video on Friday.